thank you so much for taking the time. The first question I wanted to get started with is obviously this show has such a fun genre with the whole animated musical comedy aspect. What is it like to sort of play in that world, and what is your favorite part about it?
Mm. Nora, you want to start?
Sure. Well, animation's kind of all I know professionally. That's all I've been doing, so I don't know that any other kinds of thing exists besides that. To me, it's just fun because you can do whatever you want, and you can have adults voice children, and then the musical aspect is just fun because it's such a fun way to express what the characters are going through, and it's kind of like a cheat too because it's just like an audience lift. Like everybody just gets excited about the story when you're hearing it through songs. So it's a cheat and a fun thing, I'd say.
Yeah, we kind of it's a careful what you wish for sort of situation. I think with Central Park, we always enjoyed doing music on Bob's Burgers, and then we signed on to do a full musical without I think really understanding what that was, what just how hard and challenging that was going to be. But it's like Nora said, it's also you get to do music and animation for real and dancing too, which is I think really fun. Our little secret pleasure is to figure out how to make somebody dance in animation. It's easier said than done. You gotta get it right. We don't have gravity and things like that. We have to simulate it all.
I wanted to give you guys a little fun question as well. If you could create your own little tagline for this new season, what would you pick?
Lauren, you go
Mm.
first.
Thank you. I would say Central Park season two. Uh, the you don't not what you expect,
Different than the first one.
but still similar.
But still the same characters, and they still live in Central Park.
Perfect.
And then that's great. And then I wanted to ask you guys, as the creators, was there any sort of inspirations that you tapped into for the series? And is there a feeling or a takeaway you want audiences to sort of get from watching it? Because I'm a firm believer that when you watch a show, the best ones you take away from, even if it's just a mood. So,
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I think always a sucker for a family that loves each other, just because it feels nice and it's kind of a nice way to go through the world, and it makes you want to love your family more. I love my family, but I like positivity and people. Yeah, a family that cares about each other, and it really feels like that. Um, And also, I mean, we always kind of use our own stories, so it's also like real stuff that's happened to all of us, and then we sort of use the episodes to process that, which is also kind of fun and cheap therapy, I guess.
Hmm. I think we're very expensive there. I think
Right, that's true.
the I think that also, see, Central Park is the first show that I've worked on that has a real villain, like an explicit capital V villain, and it's nice, I think, to also treat her with the same kind of dignity and understanding that you would uh, the family members. Even though she's a villain, and even though she's trying to do something that's wrong, and she's got shitty motives, and she's you know got uh, ill will in her heart, but we still treat her like a character that deserves some of your affection and is a real person, and that's been fun, I think, for us too, to have a villain but not vilify her. And I guess if you were going to expand that into a takeaway, I mean, as much as we've got our villains in real life, I think it's important not to lose track of their humanity, even when you're angry at them, maybe even hate them. But you can't, you can't stop expecting that they had families and history, and they were children once, and it's helpful.
Thank you both so much for taking the time, and huge congrats on the new season. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia.
Thank you.